Hello, everybody. Welcome back. Livestream Takeover. It's Wednesday, episode 292. Matt is not in this country or his country. He's still in another country. I will send him the invite link in case he has time to join us. But I do have a guest for this week, a guest that has not been on this show before. Little teaser for you. So, a guest tonight? Yes, you will see one. So, new guest. I think, pretty sure he's never been on this show. I have been on his live stream in the past, and we've talked about him. He's been in the chat. You'll see before too long. Is it your dad? It is not my dad. Victorio? It's Vittorio, V-I-T-T, not Vict, no C. But you shall see. So no, but it is not Vittorio either. So cool shirt, pal. Hey, thank you very much. A drift dude. This person is involved in drift, but it is not the drift podcast that I was on. Let's see what else could I say? This person works in the industry. He even works in a similar type situation to me. Yeah. So so there you go. Show off the haircut. Yeah, it was a Wednesday, so I went and got my haircut. I do that every, I don't know, 5 weeks or so. You know. And Mitch, no, it's not Mitch. Brandon, you do know this person though. So anyway, yeah, I'm going to send him the invite here before too long. And Reef's been on this show in the past. I think it's been more fun to see how you guys are guessing more than anything. Now, I did not have much mail call for this week to go over, so won't be able to go through much of that. I actually had an interesting mail situation today. Dan came up to me with a UPS slip, being like, it's like a "we missed you" slip. I'm like, they absolutely did not miss us. We have been here. I saw the truck pull up. And so what happened Monday, I got an email saying that my package had been delivered, but it was it that gave me like, your package has been delivered to Oregon. I was like, what? No. And I had got an email previously with whatever, and I had to pay an import tariff, whatever. And I had paid that already for this package, and then it got delivered elsewhere. And then a different package then showed up in my office saying, and it wasn't a "we missed you," it's a "hey, pay your tariff bill." And it had on the slip, it said "to RC Girl," but at my address. So my package got delivered to RC Girl. RC Girl's got delivered to me. However, I paid my tariff bill and she got the part. And then the other one came here. It hadn't been paid yet. So I had to message Haley, like, hey, here's the sitch. And she was on top of it as well. Worked out some stuff with the company that was sending to us, things like that. And yeah, it sounds scammy. If I didn't know the company and everything going on, like, it would have definitely sounded scammy, but fresh case of shit. Bird Randall. Chibs, it's actually funny how close, like, the one person that brings up Bird Reynolds more than anything is this person. Oh, Matt just texted me that he's got limited time this morning. I'm sending him an invite right now. Matt says, send me an invite and then tell me what to do to not cancel the stream. I have no idea what to tell him. I have no idea how he did that last time, but we're about to find out. So, yeah. So that's hold on. I'm gonna jump. She got it handled. That's at least they got that done. Haley doesn't pay her bills. You heard it here first. I'm gonna have to do something in the video with some sort of joke. I think so. Haley jumping in the make hair scene too. No, this is RC related. RC package. It's actually something that it's weird because we're gonna have a bunch of new releases of things that like I showed you guys stuff of at NERSA. So like yeah. Let's see if Matt ends the stream tonight. Oh, I know. We're gonna look. He has arrived though.
Hello, everyone.
Oh, yeah, we need these.
Put your headphones on.
Hello, Matt.
Hello, Josh.
How are you doing? Where are you at?
Today we are at Kyoto Shinkansen Station. So this gives you a pretty good idea of what it's like every day here. Busy.
You look like a silly American right now.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm trying my best not to be a silly American, but
yeah,
I get the stares no matter what.
Yeah, it's just because you're tall. A lot of people walking up to you going,
devastatingly handsome as well.
So, how many days left do you guys have there?
We leave on Monday evening and return on Monday evening.
Wow.
We go back in time to
yes.
gain all those hours back.
Because it's Thursday there?
Yep, today is Thursday.
Yes.
Very, very strange. It's been hard to wrap my head around. It's great. It's been going really good.
That's awesome. The what's on your guys' agenda for today? When did you do the Tamiya factory yet?
No, that's tomorrow for me. And I almost screwed it all up because for a little bit I thought the factory was in Tokyo. So I was like, oh cool, it's just like a bus ride away. It's not. It's an hour-long speed train back in the opposite direction. So I had to book another train, and luckily got that all sorted out. So that's
oh my, that is the most Josh move I've ever heard.
Right? That's what I thought.
Wow.
So I've only been to one other hobby shop, and I was here in Kyoto, and it was owned by an 85-year-old man who's been in business for 65 years. And most of the stock in the store is about as old as he is.
Sounds like business isn't good.
I don't think it's much of a business for him anymore. It's more of just like a hobby. But I shared my YouTube channel with him, and he was watching it in the Japanese translation. And it's wild how good it was. It had like inflection, and it sounded a bit like me, but just like Japanese version. It was wild. He thought that was pretty cool.
This show has to be awful in a translated version.
Oh, this would be very bad. There's Rebecca, who's right there.
Hello.
And then Troy, my brother-in-law, and his wife, Tara.
I didn't know that you guys had family with you.
Yeah, they've been with us pretty much the whole time. They did a bike tour that was their own thing for like 3 days, but otherwise we've been together all the time.
You never tell us anything. This show is awful in English.
You'd be happy to know there is a Starbucks right there, so come by.
Oh, they have an oat milk sticker. Perfect.
Mm-hmm. And there's just a bunch of wild stuff here. Every high-speed train station, Shinkansen, every station in each city has treats that are specific to that region. So there's no end to cool treats.
Love it. Big treat guy. Is that a satchel or a man purse? That's a crossbody.
It's a crossbody satchel. But I hate to cut this short, but I do have to go.
No problem. I have a guest anyway. I'm just going to remove you and just turn off your phone. Just power your phone off.
That's what I did the last time.
I don't know how you did it, but it was special.
I'll do my best to not.
Or just leave it on. I don't care. But just go. Just go away. No. All right. Have a good trip.
Take care. I'll see you guys in 4 days.
Later.
Love you. Bye.
Let's hope that this stream doesn't end. We're going to find out. If so, I'm going to be so mad at him. Okay. I missed a couple of super chats up here. I'm going to go find those. First of all, Sourdough Jack, thank you very much, Tom. Just picked up 2 Komodo 1800 KBs for my MOA. What was the issue you were having? Also, no tariffs from Vietnam. Not sure if that's normal or not. Not sure on that one either. But the issue that I was having is under a load, a bind, and then a high load, they would like kind of freak out and you would lose control, except they would just like keep going while making this like screaming, squelching sound. And then they would finally like kick back in. It's like they were going into some sort of FOC loop that they didn't have the ability to control. I don't know. Hopefully firmware comes out before too long. And you know, be all right. Wrong side. But he was in Japan. So they're the other way around there. So that's why he had to be over, because he's tomorrow and I'm today. So, you know, had to be. Let's see. That's a weird looking Union Station. Time Traveler. Yeah, don't tell us what happened. I want to find out for myself. Yeah. Let's see if that bottle still has the safety seal on it. Where did it go? Did Nicole take it? This isn't. Oh no. Oh no. Hold. I swear. Oh wait, I hid it so that it wasn't just out. And it still has safety seal. And I didn't just cut into the bottom either. I didn't. If you didn't watch last week's second stream, you should watch that. It was hilarious. Added, is Matt still married? Yes, I know. He never tells us anything. I hope Josh got my message reply. I did, Logan. And then, so I did message Logan earlier to say, hey, you want to jump on the live stream? He was unavailable for tonight. So we, what's the tariff for importing a Canadian? So do tell, will tomorrow be a good day? All right, sorry. I am zooming down a long ways. Here we go. Matt was upside down on my screen, or maybe just on the other side of the planet. It would have been funnier if we would have turned. Wait, that's Australia. That's fine. Thank you, Mr. Dr. Mustache Legend. Cherokee 1995. I can't find it because it's empty. Nice new bot. Listen, 60 pills in there. Do not exceed 3 a day. It's only been 7 days. That's only 21 pills. If I was maximum dosage in, I swear. I don't know if he still if he watched that stream or not, but he should. Dedication to the bit on Matt's behalf to bring his cleaning lady to Japan. New Traxxas Rally. Yeah. If you guys didn't see, Traxxas released the RS200 Traxxas Rally. I believe that it is a mini Traxxas. Hold, please. We'll go to showroom. Let's RS200. Of course, it's not listed. How did it not make it onto that site yet? There you go. So let's do one of these. I told our guest that I would bring him on at 6:30. He's just texting me now. Little pre-production, post-production work in general, something like that. So let's share screen. Traxxas Mini Rally. Here you go. Mini Rally VXL Ford RS200, $429. It is like I said, it's a mini though. So $429. I mean, it's maybe a little expensive. Man, look at that chassis though. That chassis tech. I like it. I think it looks good. Overall, I think this thing looks great. I do maybe wish that it was more standard 10th scale than mini scale. I don't know if they actually did they put an actual scale on this thing at all? Or are they just calling it Mini Rally? Specs, skin, I don't really see. But wheelbase here, 10.3. So it's not that small, but same price as the 1/10 scale VXL Rally though. Yeah. Is that a new platform? I believe it is a new platform. Am I correct? That is 100% 10 scale. Okay. VXL 3500, I guess that's the 10 scale system, is it not? Yeah. So I guess the name is just a little confusing. I don't know. But the RS200 is super rad. I like everything about that. Or based off the new mini platform. See, this is what I don't know. I don't know shit about shit. Super stoked on the 2.2525 crawlers. Absolutely. Mini Max platform. Yeah, the new Proline crawlers, I am also very very happy to see on that side. See these pre-painted limited bodies? That was interesting. These are those like limited edition wheels, Pulse edition, whatever. But this is what we were just talking about. The 2.2 BFG crawlers, 525 tall. And where's it? What is going on with their specs? They did this in the post too, and it was like, either way, doesn't really matter. 2.2 crawlers in general, that's what we want to see. That's cool. Good money at $28 a pair. Yeah, it was nice to see Proline lowering the prices down. That was nice. I did like that as well. What about those 2.2 Proline Toyos though? 175. That is also true. The 2.2, the new 2.2 Toyos from Brandon here. 175. These are 1/8 something, 1/8 or 1/9 wide, like an eighth of an inch wider than the 1.9 versions. So, yeah, there you go. I do agree. I do admit I love a crawler as well, though. West Desert Wheeler is going to lose some business for the sure, and that's the thing with cut and shuts. I mean, cut and shuts, like of the crawlers and all those have been being done for years and years and years. Logan has consistently done it and offered them, which is nice. But so yeah, crawlers, there'd be no reason to not just buy these instead. That doesn't mean that there's still not a bunch of the other tread styles that Logan can do anyway, and they sell out fast enough that, so yeah, but these are going to do, I'm sure these are going to do pretty well. You think the lower Proline pricing is due to them making tires overseas now? No, because let me go back to on the area where it was. Let me see, hold on just a second. I could go to my news doc real quick. Hold on a second. Share this tab instead. In this, it only states that it's for the USA made tires and wheels. So while they have a lot of they've done even a lot more overseas stuff on, anyway. While they've done a lot more overseas stuff lately, they've moved a lot of production of things to overseas. These items, at least what they're seeing the lower pricing on, does not appear to be that, at least based on what they put on the header here. Whether that's the full story or not, I don't know. But from that part, at least, pretty interesting. Let's see. I'm betting they're getting a better deal and making more tires, so getting better pricing. I wouldn't say that that's the way, because Proline is their own manufacturer. Well, this would be the case in other situations. Proline owns their machines, both from the mold making and injection molding. It's right there in Banning, California. So the scale, like scaling like that, doesn't really. It's not like when you have a company that's buying production from somewhere else. They can make what they can make, and that's what it is. So that wouldn't be likely because of that. They're buttering us up with lower prices and anticipation swapping China-based production. I mean, that's good. Was nervous they were changing to overseas and compounds would change. I'm only going by what I see at the top of that website. I don't know. That's all I know, or all I can guess. And you can see the big Made in USA at the top there. Now they have switched a lot of stuff to not be made in USA. How does that town smell? We went down there for an event, and the bad smell was actually from the burnt down building that was just down the street from them when we were there, at the very least. So it is 7 minutes until I told our guest that he could. I am sending it to him now. I don't know that I've seen anybody guess the person who is coming, or even maybe the company that they work for. I don't know that I've seen that come across this at all yet, but super sticker, Blind RC, thank you very much. If that's on my side or Matt's, I'm not sure. Regardless, thank you very much. Is there a city in China named USA? It wouldn't surprise me. Is it Reefs? No, it's not Reefs. This person has never been on Livestream Takeover, and I don't think that a representative from their company at all has been on this live stream. So there you go. Might even throw you around a little bit more. Charlie with Hobby Wing. See, that is a good guess. That is a great guess. It's not correct, but that's a great guess. And absolutely, I should get Charlie on here one day. I know for sure it won't be that. I will say that I've seen the name of the company pop up now. So there's that. Is it Elmo? So he's actually popped into the back end here. There's no reason that we can't just start before that. Have you gotten a new PC for your 3D scanner? I have not. I need to do a little bit quick research before I go buying a new PC laptop for just that scanner. I hate to go buy a laptop just for it, but whatever. So, but I have not yet, hopefully. So anyway, all right. Our new guest, first time guest for the show is Eric, aka Black Turtle.
Which is crazy because I've definitely been on the show since working at RC Full Drive.
Have you?
And I have. That's crazy because I've literally been a mainstay on this channel for years, except they delete all the footage of me. The amount of footage that people, because you're showing some of them true colors, bro. I'm just saying, I don't want to get you canceled.
Show, not this channel, this show. That's all I'm saying.
I'm gonna go back and look because I'm pretty sure, like right after I started working for RC Full Drive, you had me on here.
Damn it, he was on with Matt. Damn it.
Also, you were hyping this up like it was somebody special, and now everybody's like, I don't even know who this guy is.
Who? What?
This? They recognize the company but don't know who I am, which is literally how I like it. But you know, here I am doing you a solid after that 20-minute phone call where you were like, please, I just need something interesting for like I haven't had a dynamic guest like you on this show.
Not since your big brother Oscar. Or little brother Oscar now.
Tiny brother Oscar. Crazy.
Yeah, can you let us know? Is there any new pens coming out? Because
I literally have a pen right here, which is funny. That wasn't planned. I just have it there.
Listen, the 16-cent pen deal was unmatched.
Solid. You know, I like the red. You know.
So how you been? How is life with now a second little one? You know,
I'm delirious 90% of the time, you know. But other than that, it's great, you know. Same old, you know, just after the first one, it all, the noise just kind of all blends in, and you just kind of feed them a couple times a day and hope that they turn out to be okay. You
know. We did discuss all the details about the new TF4. So you were gonna kind of go back over that.
Yeah, I'm here for the leaks, man. That's literally, you know, there's a part in my NDA where it says unless you go on Livestream Takeover, like this is the one spot where it's like a free for all.
I can imagine that there is some clauses in contracts about Livestream Takeover. I highly suggest that they're
we have, it's like it's like basically like the football where you're just like, in case of Livestream Takeover, you just like
a nuclear football case. Yeah, exactly. Turn the keys same time.
Don't worry about it.
I don't like this side. I like this side better. So how long have you been at Archfield Drive now? 3 years?
2.5. My 2-year, 2.5. My 2-year anniversary was in May.
Gotcha. So do you feel like you've made a difference? No, we're
I mean, yeah. Answering truthfully, I'd say so. I mean, I think
we would like to know what your projects have been, and then what the next 5 that will be released are.
Well, I'm the project manager, so all the projects have been my projects, you know.
The project manager?
There's a in I'm like, when you look at my business card that I bought for myself, it says the project manager.
I'm surprised you didn't add an extra E. Just the.
Pretty much anything that comes out of RC Full Drive hits my desk at one point. You know, I've had a team. It's kind of, you know, changes things, you know.
Constantly, always.
Yeah.
So do you get to touch any of the heavy equipment? That's what I want to know. And then also, how do I get a bulldozer?
I'm still waiting for my bulldozer. I heard that's like a 5-year anniversary thing. But yeah, no, I don't do any of that stuff with the JDM stuff. That's, you know, we have very little to do with that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it's just a distribution agreement side of things.
Yeah.
Well, that's all I actually really wanted you to bring you on for it. So
happy to help.
Dude, I appreciate it. Thanks for coming.
Did it manually too. I didn't even want to like mess with anything because I feel like an old man sometimes.
Somehow you were going to end the stream. Like,
yeah,
we don't even know how that's possible, but it was going to happen. I swear. So yes, that's now. What was the last event I saw you at? Did you go up Oh, I guess I missed you. You went to Crawl for Hope.
I did.
You did? I did not make that one. I had some previous engagements that weekend, so I couldn't make it up there. But you did not. We didn't see you at Proline this year.
No, not this year. I think the last time I saw you might have been Proline last year.
It might have been.
At least in person. I see you in my dreams every night. But no, this year it was kind of a funky date. They kind of keep changing things around. This year it actually landed on my birthday weekend.
You're one of those, aren't you? You got to celebrate your birthday.
No, dude, I hate my birthday. My birthday is the worst. I like literally. You're friends with me on Facebook. I literally commented that day and posted because I hate my birthday so much. I proposed to my wife on my birthday, so that now that was what my birthday was remembered for. And I posted that. It was like, hey, 6 years ago, you said yes when I asked you, and everybody was like, happy anniversary, and all that. And my wife commented, was like, you guys, like, he literally has you fooled. It's his birthday. Like, don't listen to this guy. But it just, this year we have a annual tradition that we do, and it happened to land on my birthday as well. So it just kind of, family.
Yeah, that was I was wondering. I was like, what's going on this year? Why because you're usually, I mean, I guess I see you down at that event more than anybody else. Typically, it seems like you must kind of head up the Proline event at least.
No, I just like going to the event.
You and then you're just loud and it's easy to see you. You're just driving around in golf carts.
That's what I do. Everywhere I go, people just kind of notice me. They don't know who I am or why I have as much leeway as I do with some of the stuff I get away with. But I just kind of, you just see me more, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. Real hard to miss. Thomas B. Like, how do we get oat milk? I can't read anything that this guy posts. What's your favorite milk substitute, Eric? Real quick.
I don't think I've ever been asked that question in my life. Almond milk. I could just
I'm there with
I sit there for hours.
I agree. Is this the guy that canceled the mystery boxes?
No comment.
No, we need an official statement on the fact that our mystery boxes got canceled.
I don't have anything to do with the ordering process. So if an order comes in,
cop out answer.
Because I mean, I guess you wouldn't be surprised, but people would be surprised how many times people will tell me like, hey, I ordered on Tuesday. Can you check? And I'm like, brother, our warehouse is 3.5 hours away. And even if I was there, it'd be really hard to just, hey, everybody stop what you're doing. I know you guys have a system, but let me find this one order.
Yeah.
So I have nothing to do with that. But I probably would have canceled it if I saw it too. So I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm just saying. Hey, are they coming back?
I don't know.
Listen, every project that comes through hits your desk. Just saying. So we're calling you out next time. We're gonna do a better job at hiding the order next year.
Sure.
I got straw buyers. I got
we have
cardboard cutouts.
We learn from all the sneaker drops where they try to stop all the bots, except we've put all of that energy into just finding any aliases you might be using. We're hacking IP addresses. It's like the Matrix over here, dude, just to make sure that you don't order. It's pretty much how it goes.
7 degrees of Kevin Bacon.
No, I honestly, that's more of a marketing thing on our end. So I don't get a ton of input in that kind of stuff, but obviously,
there's the cop out answer we were looking for.
No, if it was me, I'll own every project that I have on here, and I'm proud of every single one. Some of them people haven't liked, some of them people have, but that's kind of that's what we do.
Let's get into some fun.
Oh, jeez. All
right. What's your favorite one that's come out so far since you've been there?
My favorite one, I would say, is probably the V8 engine bay, because that was kind of the first thing I got hands on.
That was the that goes in the Scottsdale, the K10.
It goes in the Scottsdale and the K5s. That was the first thing I ever laid hands on. That was the first project I kind of saw most of the way through.
Gotcha.
So
other
that's
than that,
my
you
favorite.
Were just kind of cleaning up old projects at first as they came through or whatnot. Yeah,
pushing things through the finish line. You know what I mean?
Right.
there was a good amount of stuff that was kind of already in the works. But my favorite project would probably be like the 82 pickup. That body project was fun. It's
Oh,
the updated Mojave.
The updated Toyota pickup.
Yeah.
Yes. So I don't know anything about the accuracy of those things, so I can't help you there.
No,
This feels
good.
like two guys that are friendly, yet still hostile.
No, dude, I have said this to your face. I love Josh so much, but I hate Harley. And I will call Oscar right now and have him say the same exact thing. No, but this is I'm tired more than anything. But no, the 82, because that was a project that I got to learn a lot on. Right, I'm not a Toyota guy at all, which is like really hard when that's kind of like the bread and butter of your company. So I had to do a lot of research. I had to like learn a lot. I got to learn about licensing and things like that. So that was really one that kind of tested me and took a while, because it was a lot of learning, learning pains, I guess, growing pains through it. But we got it through the finish line.
Now, you came from Genzace.
Yeah.
Just before.
Mm-hmm.
And it must have been a completely different type of position, just because it seems like so little overlap between what those two things would be when you're actually having to like go through it, design revisions and things like that compared to batteries. Yeah,
I mean, it kind of it was similar towards the end, because towards the end I had a lot more to do with, like, I guess I was kind of like a hybrid project manager at Genzace, because we had the chargers and the smart tech coming out. So I was going through, like, a lot of the early designs were like me and the team kind of, they leaned a lot on me, since I was the RC guy in there, and I was the one that kind of was out at the events, really tried to have a finger on the pulse, of what the hobby needed and what was happening. So like the whole G-Tech thing was my first taste of like actually like getting a project from an idea to, actually having something on the market. And that really just kind of made me go like, this is fun. Like I like that. And then the opening came up, and I was at a weird kind of point in my life where I kind of needed a change. I love Genzace, and they forever are in my heart, because they kind of got me my start in the industry, and they took a chance on me. And, we did cool stuff for 2 years together there. But when it all kind of just lined up, and when I messaged Tom, was like, hey, like, is this legit? And he was kind of like, didn't know you were looking. And I was like, I kind of wasn't, but if the right opportunity's there,
Now, what were you doing before Genzace?
I was just pretty much a male gigolo. Only Dads pretty much was my full-time job. And COVID hit, and I just, you pack on the pounds, the money starts kind of drying up. So I had to find like a real job.
I hate it so much. When the re-releases of Mike and his male companion,
I'm trying so hard to make
Keith,
a meme,
Cutter,
but
Mike, we need him back. Like, we need a V2.
That was kind of what happened. We have an articulating figure, or I don't think he's articulating anymore. I think we cut that out. But we made a figure, and that was kind of the running joke, as we were calling him, like, Mike Jr. or something like that for a while. And obviously that didn't make it to the actual name of the product. But
the backstory on the box made the whole thing, though. Like, that was, we need to bring it back. Who can we thank for the TF3 disappearance? Were you there during that time? That was before you.
The release of it was before me.
Okay.
And everything that kind of transpired with it, and because I wasn't super big into leaf spring trucks before, so I have TF2s and stuff like that, and I've always had them. I love the scale detail of them.
Mm-hmm.
But I never got a TF3. Like, I was like, I have my leafer, and so that was not something that I had gotten until after I started working at RC Full Drive, and I have one that I kind of play around with.
That behind you there, do we see a leaf spring truck?
There's a couple behind me.
It's the very top one there, the Back to the Future one.
Yeah.
That. Will RC4 Drive ever make a 1966 ship? See, these are the best questions. You have to answer specifically and honestly.
Specific body styles.
Yes and no answers only.
Those are probably my favorite questions when they're like, "Hey, like my uncle Jim Bob once had a 1942, second level trim level like Daewoo. Like, is there any?" And I'm like, I'm sure it's a car that they probably only made 1,000 of, and I'm sure there's a huge cult following. But
I know a bunch of people that'll buy them. Like,
yeah, and I'm like, dude, if you can lock it in, like I'll work on it right now. If you can get me at least 10 of your friends to buy this,
$50 deposit, we're in. That's all we need. That's all it takes.
I would say never say never. Anything Chevy and Toyota is
fair game.
Easier, obviously. We're already kind of in that realm. We have projects we're working on. I obviously can't tell you what they are, but new body styles are always on my mind. So
yes, the TF3, that was a weird one to see something pop up that was new like that and then go away. Whether that was for the best, who knows? I don't.
Yeah,
I'm sure that was a decision that landed firmly on your shoulders, and that's it.
Yeah, everything that's ever gone wrong with RC4 Drive since its inception is pretty much traced back to me.
I'm surprised that we haven't seen you on any of or more of the social media side.
Honestly, like I've kind of stayed away from it.
Yeah.
I actually kind of enjoy being kind of in the background. Especially because with Jen's Ace, I was the face of that place for so long.
Right. And that's why that thought pops up, right?
Yeah. I mean, I don't know that Tom really followed Jen's Ace like that to really like know what I did. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, I don't think, he's known me for years. I've known Tom because we did West Coast Scale Challenge for him in 2019. And that's when I like met him and like got some like FaceTime with him.
Yep.
But I was, I don't know, early 20s, just still kind of doing what I was doing before, and it was just, he knows me, but I think at that point I was more like little brother still, which everybody like up until I joined Jen's Ace, even now I'm still little brother, and like that's just like I'm okay with that. Like I have no
because you hang out with old men. You got Jeff and Oscar. Like,
hold on, pause, brother. Like that's a crazy statement to say, because I did meet them when I think I met Oscar. I was like maybe like 20 or 21 when I met Oscar. So like he took me in a little too quick for being as young as I was. But whatever.
Still blowing up on TikTok. Now I heard, did you ever get the TikTok back?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, okay.
I did.
I don't follow you, so I wouldn't have seen.
Cool. Your wife follows me, so that's all that matters. I'm your wife's favorite TikToker, so I'm pretty sure I have a screenshot somewhere where she said that. So
I'm pretty sure. Yeah, I think she said it a handful of times actually. It's kind of disturbing. I find it interesting that RC4 Drive owns the hard body side of things. Man, they do with the Mojave's been around for so much longer, or for so long. And then finally, like it did seem like we had a long spell where we only had that as an option though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. I remember like it was trying to find something early on. It was like Mojave, and not being a Toyota guy, it was like that, or like the Tamiya,
or you get a high lift F350 or the Tundra,
which I have on a TF3.
Or like some of the smaller ones. But yeah, other than that, then it was just like the Nico or or New Bright bodies, right? That we were having to do. And then I think after they did that, they did like the Land Cruiser bodies, the D90 and D110s. Yeah,
and I think it's just kind of one of those things when you do it first, you kind of just, everybody else will always just kind of be like, oh, like they did it after. And I think the level of detail they've tried to add over the years just kind of keeps improving. And that's something that, we talk about all the time is, if we're going to do something, we want to make sure that it's better than the last. We might not always hit that note. That's just kind of the reality of doing anything, but that's always the goal is how can we improve? How can we make it better?
Okay. So if he's not a Toyota guy, what type of guy is he? That's a great question. Also, let's Let's get Oscar on the other side. This could that would be the only two guys we could get on the stream that could talk more than me.
Probably.
That's
and then it'd probably be a little bit like, because we just gang up on you. Like this would turn into the Harley roast so quickly. I've already started redesigning your logo to say "Hella Harley." Like that's just kind of like that's what we do. Like if people could see, we laugh at this because you have like I don't want to say a serious, but like you have resting bitch face sometimes when like people come up to the booth. But like I feel like if people could see like when it's like just the three of us, or like, and how much like we laugh at that. We're like, dude, I don't think anybody has ever seen Harley that way, and we love it. And the fact that like, I think it's funny how uncomfortable yet comfortable you are with us in the best way.
Yeah, absolutely. That is the best part. That's why I like the event so much, and that's why it sucks that you weren't there this year. So just saying, don't let it happen again. That
no, I told my wife, I was like, next year we got to go. Like it was kind of a bummer because it lined up really well with like the release of my pins and stuff. And it's like from a business side of things, I'm like, oh, that would have been really good. And I had ideas of what to do with the pins. And it just didn't materialize. So
yes. Now, what else did, like, you've got the 4 pins out now.
Mm-hmm.
This we should have talked about this on the Black Turtle side of things a little bit more. I'm not sorry, but like that's on you. Cool. You should have brought that up.
Whatever. I got to feed my kids, but whatever.
Not much of a salesman here. So if you guys don't remember, I opened that bag of enamel pins from Matt, and I both did 2 separate weeks. So we gave him 2 free plugs just because he's a somewhat nice guy. But you guys can go find those. There was the cross wrench, the Tamiya spray can, what were the other 2?
The tennis ball gate markers.
Tennis ball gate marker, that's right. And one other one. Oh, that's right, the radio.
Yeah. No, the pin thing was kind of a fun, just a fun project for me to do on my own. Like I've always had Black Turtle as like kind of my, my business that I'd never really did much with, mostly out of the fear of like failing, like I feel like I'm like, are people really going to want what I have? Like, I feel like I've worked for 2 companies where the fan base was already kind of established.
Pin or pen? P-I-N.
Both. You never know. Just kidding. No. And so there's always kind of been a fear of like, if I do it, or is anybody gonna want this? Is anybody gonna even care? And then everybody just kind of cared, which was nice.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
But it was fun, and I got a lot of more stuff that I'm working on right now. It's just a matter of it coming out, and some collabs already in the works.
Is this what you did on your paternity leave?
It actually is.
I kind of wondered.
It is. I was like halfway through because I took 2 separate paternity leaves just to kind of space it out. But I was halfway through my first one, and I'm like just sitting there like with my twiddling my thumbs because my wife is a rock star and really did a lot of I was just kind of there to make sure she ate, you know what I mean? Like it was that was my job. And so I was like what am, like why I have time, like why not do it? So I literally drew all of those up, did all the research that I needed to do within like 4 weeks, and was like, let's do it. Like why not? And here we are.
How much to send a box full of RC Prototype pens to Matt as a welcome home gift? Asking for.
I actually have him on a subscription. I send him once a month, so don't worry. He just
envelope every month. Like what? I feel
different
like that
colors, different.
Wait, there's different colors now. I'm missing out.
If you weren't blacklisted, you'd be. You can get a pen with every
the pen of the month club.
My favorite right now actually is, I don't know if I have one in here, but we have like headlamps that are from the West Coast Scale Challenge that we found a couple of, and we've been kind of sneaking them into orders. And it's the coolest thing for me. It's not even like
I thought you couldn't have anything to do with orders. See, your story changes all the time.
I said we as
can't trust this guy at all.
You can't. You know that already, but they don't. They don't know that. I'm trying to kind of keep this persona up, you know?
So what are you working on, like, project-wise yourself? Work is another thing.
I mean, just the Black Turtle stuff is just trying to kind of get that up and going and keep pushing it. It's kind of taken on a life of its own, in the sense of like, I didn't really have a direction for it in the past. Just kind of was like, yeah, I'll make RC parts. I'll make, whatever. And I kind of don't want to just be like a company, like an RC company. Not that there's anything wrong with that, but I kind of just want to be a company that does RC stuff. I don't know if that makes sense. Like,
I know what you mean. Yeah. Like, I talked to Oscar a little bit after the live feed last time, and kind of caught up with some of the other stuff and some of that stuff you guys had talked about. So, looking forward to, of course, you guys, it's always fun to see when you guys can do something together. ASD crawlers, like we always had those events in the past, and those were great.
Have you talked to him recently?
Yes. But
how recent? Oh, you talked to him at Proline, right?
I talked to him there, but I talked to him a little bit before that. No, so he hasn't told me anything like hard planned or anything like that. He's told me a little bit about direction and whatnot. So,
Yeah, I told that fucker if he didn't put something out, I was gonna. So I'm giving him extra time, but hold on.
You're gonna send him a message.
No.
Just troll Vanquish by sending our Scroll Drive pens. Listen,
I like everybody else at Vanquish.
I still have some of those pens. I still shoot them at people every once in a while. Let's see. Will our Scroll Drive bring us some 30th scale parts? What do you think about the new small scale stuff?
I think it's cool. Something different. I mean, I guess it's not different because there's always kind of been like the Orlando's and stuff.
Did you ever build an Orlando?
No, I have terrible hands. I would never be able to.
Worst experience of my life.
Yeah, it's kind of what I gathered. So I just never did it.
It's one of those things like it was not even like building it was one thing, but then after that, like sourcing electronics and stuff was an even bigger pain in the ass, of course. I had zero motivation to ever want to finish that thing. This SCX30, like I took all the shit off of it, the roof rack and the fenders and the other roof rack, the light bar, snorkel, all that kind of stuff. Working on this thing is a bit of a pain in the ass. I
mean, honestly, it's cool. I think the maintenance thing would be the thing that would drive me insane.
Maintenance are just like the upgrades. Like the upgrades is the fun part of the small scale stuff in general. But
I don't get that deep into the small scale stuff. I think I have some that are like built up or in a sense or whatever, but it's too small for me to like even. It's tempting though.
I know what you mean. I mean, of course, the TF24. Not,
I like the TF24, and
see,
it's not just
now we know we can't trust you because you're bullshitting.
I like it. I have a couple. I didn't. There's a lot of our products that I didn't really get a chance to play with until I started working here, and a lot of them are super fun. Like even like my TF2s. Like
the TF2 can be fun. I fully agree. The TF2. It can absolutely be fun. You can have fun with it. I agree that struggling through things can sometimes be fun. That's not enough scratches to prove that you drove it. Okay. So
it's backwards. So that's all you get.
It's not backwards on this side. Okay. So that is the teaser you're going to give us at this point.
That's all I'm because I told him I was like, if you don't post by this date, I'm gonna just start leaking stuff, bro. Like, so I don't know what the future holds. That was kind of the joke, but like, I can say there's an itch that needs to be scratched.
Absolutely. So way back in the day, you guys did every year. You had Crawl Masters.
Mm-hmm.
You had the Crawl for a Cure. No, sorry, ASD.
Crawl. Autism awareness crawl.
Oh, Autism Awareness Crawl. Sorry, I was just calling it the wrong thing. Autism Awareness Crawl. Those were the 2 events you guys did every year, or did you do a third?
Yeah. So we did Crawl Masters for I think 4 years.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, we
that
did.
was super fun.
We did 17, 18, 19, and then 20 was the last one that was indoor, right?
Yeah, 20 was the one that everybody DNF'd at the like second gate.
Yeah, exactly. And it
Yeah,
rained
that
on us
one-
in the parking lot the whole time.
Yeah.
And
That was one of my favorite ones. But my favorite one was the one that we did at Bean Hollow. Or at Pigeon Point.
Pigeon Point.
Pigeon Point.
That one was the best. I had so much fun at that event. I drove up to there with Tony Mazza, and the storm had come in that night, and that we still had like the storm surge, or tide was higher for longer, and so we were having to wait it out. But that was so much fun. I did a whole build just for that event. Just all in all, that was such a great event. I had so much fun there.
That one was so fun for me because it made us think on the fly, because we had originally 2 courses set out for that we taken the time, we mapped everything out, we were ready to go, and then we get there and the tide is like up to our necks, and we're just like, we got to wait this out. And we got to the point where we're just like, if we don't set something up now, this isn't going to happen, like with the amount of people here and the amount of time. Like, so we condensed it into one. We updated everybody and like, hey, if you want to still do this, like, let's do this. Everybody was still game. It was so much fun because it was so technical. There was really good crawling going on, and it was one of my favorite moments. And I won't say his name out loud, but I remember there was a person that him. I don't know if he's local or not, but I used to see him at events quite often. But it was just like on everybody, like, yeah, like you gotta, your rig has to do this. Your rig, like, you know what I mean? Just kind of like it sounded like he knew. And from conversations with him after, like he kind of knows what he's talking about. But our challenges are in a way where it's like, like you can't just build like a cookie cutter like belly dragger and make it work. Like, we're gonna test you, we're gonna push you. And like, my favorite was that he was like bragging about how light his rig was, and how much like, oh yeah, this thing can crawl over anything. And like gate 3, just a gust of wind comes and picks the rig up because it's so light.
Was that on that real narrow spine?
Yep, where you kind of had to go.
He had a bunch of overdrive. He had a bunch of overdrive, and he had to back out of it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And some wind can't. Yeah. So
and
I do know who you're talking about. He definitely does know what he's talking about. And yeah, it was very surprising that he didn't make it past. I was like, oh
yeah, yeah. And it's just like, it wasn't anything. I was just like, it brought me so much joy because I'm like, this is such a, like, you can't be just one lane. You can't just say I built a light. Like, you have to have a mix of everything. Like, you're good at, you got to have driver mod, lightweight, but also have the weight in the right places, and it's just a little bit of everything.
So let's see, February 3rd, 2019 was that event. I did a video on that. I just posted it in the chat for anybody who wants to watch it or look at it later.
That was one of the coolest days, but also most miserable. I was soaked.
Yeah, I remember because I kind of knew Kendra, but not really at that point. And I just remember like her sitting out there in like a poncho, all day, just and you just yelling at her. It was so rude. The whole day.
That's what I do. That's why she married me.
Tiny hands need love to listen. I know that you do not have tiny hands. Because not you.
Hold on. Whoa. Whoa.
It got uncomfortable. Listen, no.
I mean, we can get real uncomfortable. You know what I mean? You forget who you're talking to.
These little SCX 30 parts. That's
the part that's a no for me. I think the concept is cool. I think it's really cool to see something that's, whether people like it or not, it's different.
I'm telling you, Matt making fun of my little screwdriver though.
Oh, yeah, I've seen those on TikTok Shop.
They're worth it.
Sure.
It's the best thing I ever bought for this SDX30.
Yeah, see, for me, that's the only reason I haven't gotten. I would probably pick one up just to leave it stocked and, mess
Even
around
stock,
with.
they are a lot of fun. I don't know that, vehicles that are the most fun when left stock though ever do really, really well in the long term, but at least in our market. But
yeah,
is that a teaser for this holiday season coming out of retirement? I don't know. Just saying.
No, if we do anything, it'd be next year at the earliest.
Well, now I'm wondering where it would be, because obviously Oscar's not anywhere close to here now.
I mean, nothing's set in stone. Nothing is like we're and I think I can talk about this a little bit more openly, but I think for me it was a matter of like waiting out certain things, you know what I mean? I think for those that don't know, we did lose our brother a couple years ago, and that was a really big hit. And I think we all needed time to grieve. We needed time to we had our final kind of goodbye, and it ended up being more of a tribute to him, which was amazing, and it was a lot of fun. And I think we all needed time. It's really funny, after the night after, actually the night of, while we were sitting at the campfire, we were like, is this really it? Like, are we done? And we were kind of all like, no, but like, let's see, like, we need time. Because even after like a normal AAC, we would take like 2 to 3 months where we were just like, don't talk to me about
I'm not
AAC.
talking. I'm just chilling out.
Yeah. If anybody brought up AAC, it was like that's when you got smacked in the back of the neck. It was like, nope, we're not talking about it until give us another couple months to recover. You know what I mean? But I think we were all kind of like, and what made it worse was the amount of people that were like behind us on it. We're like, no, you guys can't stop.
Yeah, for sure.
A lot of them very vocal, and a lot of them were like, it's one thing to say like, hey, whatever you need, like, we'll support. But like, there was people there that were like, no, like, if this is a roadblock, like, I can help with this. Like they were that were willing to step up and kind of like help make it a little bit easier on us, because they just wanted it. I mean, even people like James Knight. James Knight that was his first time at our event, and the kind words that he had for us, like, he was laughing most of the time watching the mini crawl masters that we did.
Oh,
and I remember him telling us, he's like, you guys had me sitting there watching other grown men play with their toys. Like, I was so focused because I was laughing so hard. I was enjoying the moment. Like, you guys made it entertaining. And like, he's like, I've never had that before. I've never, like, my car was right there. I could have gone and hit a trail and not care. But he was like, you guys made it to where I wanted to watch. And like, he's like, I've never experienced it. So like, you guys, like, he was upset that was the first and last one that he was ever going to go to. So
yeah, that was a blast that year, because that was at Bear River Lake Resort. That was up here off of Highway 88 in Northern California. It's where we used to have the Crawl for a Cure event that that Mark Bentoncourt and those guys used to put on. And when they stopped, ASD jumped in that year, and it was an absolute blast. It was a great event. It hailed on us somehow during that day. Myself and Schultz, James Knight, and Robbie Bobster were all out on a trail, and all of a sudden it just starts hailing. So we're like huddled under a tree and just giggling and laughing, having an absolute blast. And
yeah,
so
we were laughing because the hail came during our, like, we had a small, like, we're just gonna crawl a couple gates in honor of Brandon, and it started hailing on us as soon as we got on there, and we were like, this fucker is up there. Like, he's like, you guys think you can crawl without me? And it just made it such a perfect day. And we get to the end, and we take a picture, and we have a picture where, like, right behind us, there's like this ray of light. like just perfect. And it was such a weird, like, I'm not superstitious. I'm a little stitious, but it was just like, it was crazy. So all the thing, it just came together perfectly, and it was awesome.
No, it was a fantastic event. We only had that event at there 2 years.
No, I think it was more than that.
Was it?
Because we did.
Did we do it 3?
Might have been 3. I don't know. I've been going to Bear River for so many years that I just
I know that's the thing. I've been there for events so many times, and I just trying to remember.
Because technically we kind of co-hosted crawling out of COVID.
Oh yeah.
Technically. So like I guess.
Right. Yeah. So there was a lot of that. So, but I mean, it was just such a great time. It would be awesome to see you guys do more events. Now, the big difference between the events that you guys did were like those events, which were kind of that traditional trail event, Pro Land by the Fire style, versus Crawl Masters, which was a judged course setup thing. Way harder to scale that up compared to the other. So that's, I can imagine that it would be much harder to try and do another Crawl Master style versus a big trail event, and maybe integrating a Crawl Master style in it somewhere. But
we always wanted to do, we always had a dream of doing a 2-day event. That was even before, because that last one I think was a 2-day. I don't remember, but so we've always wanted to. That year was supposed to be the first year that we did a 2-day event. Like, we had ideas for days. This was before AE went crazy with the vintage stuff.
Mm-hmm.
We were like, oh, we should have like a sand scorcher race, like, because the grounds people were willing to like build us a track. They were willing to do a whole bunch of stuff, and we're just like, let's have fun with it. Like, let's do like let's kind of venture out of crawling a little bit. Do maybe like because we had just gone to USTE and seen how they did their races there, and we're like, that's so easy to do. Like, I feel like we could do that and have some fun with it and make it our own. So we have, I mean, ideas for days, ideas for forever.
And it's honestly, it's like one of those things, like, a good idea for an event is hard, but it's not the hardest thing. It's actually putting those events on. I mean, you guys had a lot of work that went in ahead of time, a lot of staff. There's this one here. Can someone tell me who Oscar is? Oscar, we had Oscar on a little bit while ago. Oscar now works at Red Cat. But when I first moved here in 2016,
jeez, has it been that long?
Yeah, it'll be 10 years in January.
Explains the A's hat. I told you we'd get you.
It explains nothing. This is a coincidence at most. But when I
literally have a picture that Oscar sent me that was like, we got him. I think it was from like the Scale News. Oh, he said, did we finally rub off enough on Josh? Because you had a Bay Area hat on, or a Bay Area shirt on too.
Oh, I did. It was like a Bay Area automation thing. So yeah. Anyway, some of the very first events that I went to here in Northern California were some of the ASD events. They had like one of my first Crawl Masters I went to was in 2017. I took the Ripper that year, which was not the right choice for that type of an event, but still had a blast. It was at Mount Diablo.
That was at Diablo, yeah. Okay, mm-hmm. I remember that. My knee still hurt from that one because we were up and down that.
That was trail. My first time crawling at Mount Diablo.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think I've only crawled there twice, and that was my first time.
That place is a playground. That's where I first started crawling, was there.
Oh yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful spot. Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And then after that, let's see, where did you guys host the autism events before it moved to Frank Rains Park?
We did one at Mount Diablo the first year.
Okay.
That was 2016, and then I think from then on.
Was that the year that the kid fell?
That was that was the year that the kid fell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did not make that event, so that one I had missed.
So I was actually there as a vendor at that point. So I wasn't even I was just like the young kid that was like, yo, like let me help however I can. Like,
What were you?
what can I
Did
do?
you have like the cart that you were put?
No, I was this was my father-in-law's old company. He used to have an LED company.
Oh,
Which is how I got into RC, was because of his company, because I was helping him with that, and he was like, yeah, like, well, it was causes near and dear to all of our hearts. So he's like, yeah, I'll help out, and so I was just helping him run his booth, and we were friends at that point, but it wasn't like, I think they had just added Jeff to the group.
gotcha.
hmm
Yep.
So I was like, kind of just like, I'm here to help, like, let me know, and that was what started, like, really got us, because they were like, oh yeah, this kid's like willing to kind of do whatever. He's kind of the lackey.
Josh casually throwing out an alibi. No, the kid fell. Kid was it was a bad deal, but
Yeah.
family, like they fully supported like following events. They built obstacles. They were super involved. Like kids doing just fine.
Yeah.
But yeah, I just remember hearing about it. It was
Yeah, that was
sketchy event.
yeah, that was it was I still remember that, and I vividly, like, I was right there. And I mean, the it really kind of, which is weird, because it really showed me how much people cared, because the kid that fell was on the spectrum, or is on the spectrum. um and like the amount of people that just kind of came in and were like ready to jump in and help, and understood, like when paramedics came in, there was the issue of like he didn't want to be restrained, but they had to put him on a backboard, and it was kind of people walking it was just so cool, and it really showed us that there's such a need for people to know more about autism, to be educated on it, whether it's our first responders or anything like that. It almost like kind of lit a fire even more in us of like, no, like we're doing this for the right reasons. Like we're trying to help out as much as we can. And I think that also got us to integrate one of the foundations that we donate to. Part of the proceeds go towards first responder training.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Because you guys donated to Flybridge,
Flybrave, and
Flybrave, sorry.
then the Contra Costa Lynn Center.
Yep.
And then the last couple of years, I think there was some places out in Arizona that he donated to.
Yeah. Is Frank Ranch still a decent spot to crawl? I know it is a dirt bike park. It was, I mean, the terrain isn't wild, but it was like a cool place because it had a campground. I mean, if you know it as a dirt bike park, it had a campground. We would crawl back down through the wash. And the only thing is that event usually happened at the hottest time of the year.
Yeah, because it was the off season for the OHV.
Yeah. And we would be down in this canyon in the rocks, no shade, absolutely baking. There were some punishing events, but there was good times had by all. Here was another video. This was a video you can go see later.
Is that the interview with Oscar and Brandon?
Yeah.
That's one of my favorite videos, because nobody knows that like 2 feet to the left is Jeff and I sprawled out on the ground.
On the concrete floor of this building. These two guys are just laying on the ground next to them. Just
and we're just sitting there like halfway through. I'm surprised that you didn't have more cuts to do, because we were just talking shit the whole time. Like I'm and I think this was like the first time that like you'd really come out with us, and like I was kind of still like, oh my god, it's Harley, like like before I realized you were a total dork and whatever. But so I was just like, oh cool, like I remember watching you growing up, so it was cool. Some people watch Saturday morning cartoons. I watched STL Sundays, as a kid.
What was the cart that you guys made me draw? I still can't remember what the hell it's called.
The paletero cart.
Yeah, I'm not being able to say that. I don't.
Yeah,
what
my daughter still uses that all the time. Paletero cart.
Well, what's on it?
It's an ice cream cart.
You live in Sacramento.
Cart. You. How do you not know what this is? I'm sure there's plenty of people.
We're a gated neighborhood. It's. We don't have.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
No, I do not. Absolutely do not. The facade wore off.
Yeah, because I remember, that was that. I remember when you were like, I'm moving to California, and I was like, that's actually kind of, because I used to watch you back when you were in your like little room in Kansas, like
Missouri pool.
Yeah. I remember that, and I was like, oh, like you were one of my favorite YouTubers back then. It was like, oh, cool. Like I want to say it was the scout runner,
Oh yeah,
scout
yeah. The
or whatever
Woods Runner.
the
Woods Runner.
yeah. That one was like one of the builds that I really was like, oh, like.
Oh,
I thought you'd like that. No, and I just remember like that was like I remember printing out those plans you had and like attempting the build, and like I think I built a cage and like never really did anything with it because I was like too scared that it was a turd, you know. And so that was my first like real like dive into fabricating, which was cool. So when you said you were moving to California, I was like, oh, Sacramento, like I'm sure I'll see him at some point, and then here we are. You're calling me saying, please come on my show. So it's kind of cool how, you know, the turntables,
full circle, right? I watched back in the 720p days, filmed on the front facing camera of my MacBook Air.
I mean, I watched back when you were doing pervy videos following your girlfriend around, who's now your wife.
That girlfriend is Nicole. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. I'm OG, bro. I'm Bird Reynolds style OG.
That is the Bird Reynolds YouTube channel, which is still up and still. Let's see, Bird Reynolds. I'm gonna find the video that you're specifically discussing, because it is videos where I don't even want to find exactly there. Oh, when I was trying to buy a fire station, there's a 3-wheeler on this channel.
This was when I think you were Hayabusa Designs or something like that.
Yeah, I had the Hayabusa, but that was let's see, share this tab instead. Here we go. For Wraith 4-wheel steer. It's got to be somewhere in here. Here's my instruction. These are the videos that got me started. An instructional Fatava video filmed on a sheet or something. I don't remember. Ridiculous. Where the hell is it? Fleshless Wraith. It had to be right in this time frame somewhere. There's Hayabusa Dyno videos.
Yeah.
Some other stuff I don't really show on this channel anymore. Big Wheel, building racing 3-wheelers.
Yeah, I think I had such a field day going through this.
I must have. Oh wait, no, there it is. So I had a GoPro sitting in my Wraith at the time, and I was driving around the I don't know what the house, my house in Kansas City.
I don't know. I just
so this is
cool guy with an engine block table, like wow.
Yeah, exactly. Engine block table.
Yeah, I think I discovered this. I think before I had actually met Nicole too, which was like,
it felt weird.
I was like, yo, like, why are we friends with this guy? But,
and she said yes. Yeah, she had a choice, and she's still Busa boy.
I said that. I said that to my wife this morning. Of like, yo, like I can't trust your judgment because you picked me. Like you're already that's a red flag right there. Like you're not, your decision making isn't the best.
Yeah, that's by ridiculous. This whole channel was I remember when I was like, am I gonna stop this channel? Like I had like 1,000 subscribers. I'm like, I'm gonna just start over. I thought it was such a ridiculous choice. It had the video of my EXO burning to the ground on it.
It's classics. You know what I mean? Put them on VHS and just put a storm, you know? Yeah, but it's so funny how things work and how, like, I was so excited. I was like, yeah, I'm going to meet Harley one day. Watch, we're going to be friends. And, like, here we are. Like, now, you know, your wife is my #1 fan. And, you know what I mean? Like, it's cool. It's cool.
Oh my! How fast did you get your Hayabusa up to? Extra legal speeds. I miss that bike so much.
5 miles an hour.
Yes, It went right to the speed limit very quickly. There's
very quickly. Yeah, it's like my kid ratted me out the other day because I take her to school in my car, and she likes it because she can have a blow off valve and it's a little bit louder than most cars.
What are you driving now?
A Daewoo. And my wife took her to school one day, and they turned the corner to get onto the expressway right here, and she's like, "Mom, can you go fast like Daddy?" And so I get a not so happy call after, like, "I just want to let you know this is what my daughter said to me this morning." And so, I don't even drive fast. I think that it's one of those cars that just feels like it's going 100 miles an hour, but it's not.
Daewoo Lanos.
Yeah.
That seems fitting.
Oh man, but no, it's so cool. It's and like I said, those kind of behind the scenes moments are like some of my favorite, of just hanging with you and like knowing that I'm in the back of because I think there's like videos of like Axial Fest where like I did steal your camera and just started like.
Oh yeah, I think that some of the Axial Fest vlogs, you guys just somehow stole my camera while I was like sitting in the booth, and you and Schultz went off or whatever and was like filming.
And me and Oscar will usually like, we just start, like, hey, like Harley called us this and that, and just things you could probably just kind of hoping that you like don't fully edit your stuff, and some of it kind of you're like, oh cool, Oscar and Eric, this will get us some views, and then it's like
or if you watch the scale news this week, you'll notice that I don't edit it very well. I left in a section where I like restarted like 5 times.
I catch those a lot. I actually, one of these, like when I was early on, like still doing YouTube, I wanted to do like a spoof of the scale news, and like that was gonna be one of the things where just bad cuts like from the early days. I haven't noticed it yet, but that was one of the things.
Oh, I thought that was a bit. It is not a bit, and it was of course during the only like sponsored section of the news, and of course that's where I screw it. I get an email. I want my money back. I'm like, that's fair. And he was kidding, of course, but it was quite funny. It's comment generating, repeating, and not editing. Oh, it absolutely is. I mean, I'm not above doing something stupid like that for comments, but that one was just negligence. And then I would have just gone and edited it in YouTube Studio on the back end, but it was going through, like, YouTube had just got stuck on stupid. So it was going through compliance checks for like a full 24 hours. And after that point, I'm like, screw it. It's living in there. And I just let it go. Bashmax. I liked it. It was for the Bashmax section of the, oh my God. I was just like, are you kidding? Because I got to do that every Monday. And by the time I'm done, I'm so tired. Like, I don't know why I chose to do those on the Mondays.
Like, this YouTube fame is just so difficult. Like, you have to edit every Monday.
Every Monday. Can you imagine having to feed your kid every Monday?
You're poor. I don't know how you do it. Like, I would have quit a long time ago if I'm just, you're definitely one of the unsung heroes of the world.
You're a son of
a. I think that's also one of my favorite things to do is like, because like I said, you're very similar to us in the sense of like, it doesn't matter how many people know you. It never gets like, it never feels normal when people come up to you and like they're like coming to say hi to like this persona that you have. Like at the end of the day, like that's what it is. Like it,
sure.
Like who people see online with me, like it's always been like it's me, but it's like an elevated version of me. So it's always weird. Like when we had the podcast, it was weird when people would come up to me and be like, "Hey, so whatever happened with this and that?" And I'd be like, "Hello, do you know like what I'm?" Hold on, and then I'm like, "Oh wait, I put my whole life on the internet." Like,
yeah, that's exactly it, right?
One of my favorite things is always just making you blush. Like, hey, Harley said he'd sign it. Like he'd sign your body right now. Like this is like what he lives for. Like this is absolutely his fate. Like, dude, go tell your friends. Tell them like. I have pictures from like I don't even post them because it's just for me.
Oh yeah, that's
it's for me.
absolutely the best part of events is that type of thing. And I think that's when people go to events in general. I think that they kind of start to get that same type of like they get it. Doesn't have to just be because you guys are in a little buddy circle. Like it's just we all know we're there. We're grown ass men playing with toys. Like if anybody is taking themselves too seriously, it's like please go away. You cannot be taking yourself this seriously. While we're all here in our 30s, 40s, 50s, and up, like playing with toy trucks. Like let's just have some fun. It'll be fine.
Yeah, we're just here. We're here to have fun. We're all people. We have the same issues as you. We have to edit on Mondays. Like like we go through the same struggles.
You got to edit a video too. Son of a bitch. One of my favorite videos ever is Josh growing beard. That one was some of the most work I ever did for a single video. Because I scripted.
Would you sit there and try to squeeze it out, or what?
Yes, I scripted the whole video out. And then I filmed it in reverse. And I would, between cuts, I would go shave my beard a little shorter, come back, do the next part, shave it a little shorter.
I think I remember that.
It was a lot of work. Nicole was like, "What are you doing?"
I think that's the one where you sent me, like, you just had the Hitler mustache and we're like, you better know your place or something like that. I think that might have just been a private message, though. I don't remember that.
The attempts of sabotage. This is industrial espionage. Your company trying to sink the face of another.
Oh man, it's. I think that's like my favorite part of like some of these meetings where they're like, I don't remember. I think it might have been Matt posting a picture of him outside the like. Yeah. We really don't take it that serious, but like I like in those meetings, like I always kind of get the like, your friend was here, and I'm like, yes, he was. That's my friend.
We're just driving up the 99. And I was like, oh, our phone drive's right over here. He goes, can we stop? Yank the.
I think my favorite part was Tom going like, if he just emailed us, like we would have like, like he could have come in. Like he's not barred from the building. Like it's not that serious. Like he's like literally the only reason is because we just don't accept like visitors out of nowhere because we have stuff. It
was also Sunday afternoon at like 6 p.m. Like,
oh, was it? I think they thought it was when Chris was there because I think Chris went.
Yeah, I think he posted it on the same day, but like we did it on our drive back from Proline, which is just like on a Sunday. Like nobody was there. We wouldn't.
That's funny. Yeah, no, and we were just like, yeah, just email us. Say,
right. No, it was just I
think people. I like playing it up for the public, but it's just funny. Like, that was always one of like once I got into the industry, it was just like I don't think people realize how friendly we all are with each other. Like how like we're all genuinely friends like in this industry. Like
yeah, I mean, even there's some people who aren't specific. I there's a handful, but
oh yeah. Yeah, 100%.
At the same point, it's a small industry in reality. So like if this is the industry you want to live in and or have the idea of wanting to either move around or do anything like that, like it's best not to have a lot of enemies in this industry because they're going to end up working where you're going to end up working or something like that. Like it's most of us are smart enough to know it's mostly friendly banter, mostly being the keyword. Fully agree.
And most of you, but there's still that select few that take this like really crazy, like, oh, you have RC full drive, oh, you have Vanquish, or you have like, it's like, dude, I have RC full drive rigs with Vanquish stuff on it. Like literally, like that has the Vanquish axles on it. That I think those are Vanquish wheels from when you guys did the wheel. I have so many Vanquish wheels that it's just like they're all over because of the Wheel of Fortune, and we're friends. And then like the friendly competition we had 2 years ago at Proline.
Oh yeah, that was a blast.
That nobody ever like really knew about until like after, and like nobody. That was by far because people. I think there was some things that some people couldn't see, and some people, you know what I mean? So we were just like, and we were like laughing. We're like, oh, yeah, just having fun. And
because it was a blast, because we all had an agreement that we wouldn't talk about this thing before it happened. And it was because, for one, we were at an AAC event, and Oscar was the one who came up and he was like, hey, how about we do a crawl off at the next event? Just stock trucks for stock trucks, RTR. And it was me, Schultz, Oscar, and yourself.
Mhm.
And I was just like, and he was like, no, just RTRs, because we had the VRD Carbon at the time, but that wasn't an RTR truck. And I was just like, okay, there's no way that Oscar's coming up to me saying this and he's going to bring a Gen 8. Like, I know better than this. I know they're going to release something that day. That's totally fine. We were about to release the Stance RTR, and I hadn't told anybody about that. So I was like, yeah, let's do it. Absolutely. RTR to RTR, totally fine. And Schultz is just like thinking that he's the ringer. He's just like, done. He's like, I'm gonna bring an Ecto and just walk all over this.
Yeah, little did you know, I brought a C2X. What's up?
Yeah, then Turtle's like, he's like, oh, he was like, you were gonna be able to make it last minute, so you like ordered a C2X real quick.
Yeah, no, I wasn't gonna make it. Literally, it was
right.
Oscar just like, no, dude, you're coming. I'm like, no, dude, I'm not. Like, I don't know how much more clear I can make it. I didn't have any, like, I didn't have a trailer, I didn't have hotel, I literally, like, if it wasn't for the fact that I think my father-in-law was standing right next to me and he was like, yeah, we'll just cannonball run it down and we'll come back like that night. I was like, okay, fine. I was like, I don't have a car, I don't have a stock car. I have TF2s, but they're built. And I'm like, and I think I messaged Tom. I was like, hey, Tom, I'm gonna order a C2X because it's just,
my dumbass friends have an idea
through just to prove it, whatever. And he's like, ooh, yeah, cool. And I think I got the C2X like 2 days before I left. Didn't have a chance to really do anything to it, and I kind of just like was tinkering with it as we were walking to the. I was like, let me just move this, let me remove this, and I think I ended up with like a rock on it or something for weight.
Yeah,
and I was like,
you had stuck a rock on the hood to try and give it some weight.
But it worked. It worked. It's a driver mod, like sometimes you just got to know what to do. You got to, but it was so much fun. It was just, then people would kind of start walking towards us and we'd be like, just kind of staring at them, and they'd kind of like, okay, we're gonna.
Oh yeah, because I had a truck that I couldn't show anybody, so people like walk up to the four of us, knowing who like we were, and we'd all just like stop what we were doing and stare, and they're like, "That's weird."
And I think they were just like, "Wow, these guys are so full of
themselves." Like, these guys just think that they.
And we were like 200 yards off of like any near trail
we walked
or anything, like,
so yeah. Absolutely down. I remember we walked down so far. We're like, there's not a single car now within 150 yards of us. Be fine. We set up, and then like one car just pulls right up to us, and then they like get out and they go to start crawling. We're just like, how? Like, what happened? It was. Yeah. I remember. I think maybe you were just like constantly standing in front of them trying to block a car. Just.
Yeah, I think my father.
We're done walking. We're like, we're not walking any further. Just block it.
Yeah. I'd be like, yeah, go. I think he walked up to one guy and was like, hey, what kind of car? And just distracted the guy while we were finishing the line or whatever. Yeah, that was fun.
120. I know. Trust me, my whole neighborhood has been an absolute disaster. It rained one day and everything is falling apart.
Poor thing.
Yes, I will accept that sympathy. I had better internet than this in 2016. I swear.
But you have this fancy like backdrop now. Like how are you, like, I don't get it. Like it looks like you have a container back there right now. It's like it's so industrial looking.
Shelf is not done yet. It's going to be awesome as soon as I finish it. Just like I'm telling you. Like everything else, half built backdrop, like most of my projects, but it's fine. I have plans.
You just got to be like me. You just got to get an IKEA shelf. This is like,
yeah, it's an amazing idea. Where'd you get that?
Well kept secret that I have. It's just
I don't know how many IKEA lac shelves I sold, but it was a lot.
yeah.
I mean,
Now I'm gonna weld up my own, and I've got these new plans that I came up with. I'm just waiting to finish them in my head so that I can, fully make them. But
wait until you can fully realize what it's going to be. Like, yeah, I got it now.
Yeah, just get some. Carry the 5, whatever.
So, are you doing much content these days?
Not for RC. Only dads. That's pretty much what I do every day. No, honestly, I kind of took a break from RC content. I was doing a lot on TikTok. TikTok was fun, and it just became very like the algorithm on TikTok is cool, but also infuriates me sometimes. Because like I'll post a video that I'm like, wow, this is it. This is gonna take me out the gutter. This is gonna take me out of the hood. And I'm gonna make it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna buy my mama a Benz, and then it's like 200 views, and I'm like, oh. And then I'll post a really dumb video. Like I think one of my most I think has like 5 million views or something stupid like that is a video of me like I think My Dick was playing by that song
I know
in the
song,
background, and I was just like, Gen Z don't know about this or something stupid like that. 5 seconds, 5 million views. Like
I hate everything about this app.
Yeah, it's just like, but no, I've been doing a lot more for like soccer and stuff. Soccer's a big part of my life other than RC. It's like the one thing that I'm like as into as RC. I'm into soccer more than I'm into RC, so I've been doing a lot of stuff there. So I've been working with like my local pro team here. Been doing some stuff with them and just having fun being a soccer content creator. Yeah. Guess who told? I'm the one that told Harley about flying cars.
I don't think that's true at all. I don't think that's true.
That's 150% true. I probably have screenshots because you want to know how I knew how, because I had the link to see it early because they were coming on our podcast. And I was like, Harley, have you ever heard of this? And you're like, what? That sounds stupid. Let me go look. And then you went and look. And then like the next week you were talking about it. And now everybody's like, wow, Harley, it's so funny. Like, and I'm like, dude, I literally was the one that was, because I had the director of Flying Cars on our podcast. So, suck it.
It sounds like a situation that could be plausible, but can't be proved.
1,000%. I probably still have the screenshots of the. I screenshot all of our conversations because of this.
Goes in an album.
So I'm like, no, Harley.
Harley will not remember. He only remembers the things that benefit him.
Yeah. No, and because I remember that I was having him on the show, and I was like low key like, oh, let me see if like if Harley watched and says something about it. I did watch it. I got to watch it early. Actually, I had a media link.
Are you saying you only watched it once?
No, I had a whole viewing party, dude.
So you watched it twice? I
have it on rotation.
I was gonna say real fans have watched it at least a dozen times.
Yeah, some people, dude. The director still owes me. I told him, I was like, I want one of the, because they have like their hero cars or whatever. He's like, I have a bunch of these like chassis, but they're all bent up. And I'm like, dude, sign it, send it to me. I'll frame that thing. And he's like, really? And I'm like, yeah, dude. Like, are you kidding me? Like, to have a piece of RC history like this, bro. Like, you made a movie about fucking flying cars, bro. Like, I gotta reach out to him and be like, yo,
like, you need to come up off of one of these.
Yeah, I told him, I was like, I'll be consultant for flying cars too. Like, let me know. I can think of a 2-story house. Like that'd be the way to jump.
Like this is the natural progression here. So I feel like they actually stole it for the movie too. What's he know about flying cars? I'm just saying, I don't think that he's read the new script yet.
Just you wait. I'm actually playing a spoof of Hector from Fast and the Furious. Got a last name, but I can't pronounce it. Like,
trying to get on the
I told him,
circuit.
I was like, dude, I will be in this movie. I will do it for free. I'll fly to you. If you make a Flying Cars 2, I am in. So I'm just waiting for that call.
I'd love to hear if they made any money on the first one. Go ahead and text that guy. Ask him.
I don't even remember his name. I'm gonna be honest. I gotta go back and look at it's been so long.
You have to go back to the podcast.
I have his phone
episode.
number. I'm gonna reach out and be like, yo, so what's that? We making Flying Cars 2? Like, which I think we could make it.
New phone,
really cool.
who dis?
I just want my Team Associated chassis. I just want it signed. I'm gonna frame it.
That would be a legit come up. I agree. If you could get one of those used.
Telling you, you know what I mean? Some people go for like Brian's Skyline. Nope. Flying Cars, Team Associated chassis, baby. That's my holy grail.
I want the tie, the thin tie. That's what.
Oh man, what there was something else that I was like, you still have that? And he's like, yeah, I still. It was something like really small. It might have been like a piece of like a sign that they use because they filmed it, I think, at Hot Rod Hobbies in SoCal. He's like, yeah, they had to make a sign or something, and I was like, dude, I'll drive to you and go pick it up. Like, what this means, I'm like, this is gonna be great. Like, I knew the box office success that this thing was gonna have, and it
was absolutely huge, no doubt. Oh my!
Pretty sure I bought it too. Like, I was just like, no, I have to like own it. I didn't know how long the link was gonna work, so I was like,
I own it on Amazon. It's like the Batman movies, 21 Jump Street, and Flying Cars. The only movies I own on Amazon.
Mm-hmm. I actually watched it on my wedding night. It was really rile me up. I'm like,
hold on, babe.
Yeah.
Her name is RC Car.
Oh yeah, no, that movie, that was, and I felt so cool too, because I don't remember. I think they reached out to us and wanted to come on the show, because I think I followed them and was like just commenting as the RC Hangout, and they were like, "Oh yeah, like any RC media, like we're down." And I was like, "Yeah, I think it was like episode 5 of the RC Hangout," and it was like, "Yeah, we're pretty well known.
We're a media source.
We're pretty much like the Joe Rogan Experience, but for RC, and the rest is history,
Unbelievable. I reject everything that you say.
No, but that was a cool one. It felt cool to like have him on. It was actually kind of a cool conversation. I got to go back and listen to that one, because that was. I think I'd recorded. So we got through about half of the interview, and I realized I hadn't hit record. So I had to go back and and I was like, "Oh, dude, like, I'm so sorry."
What a noob! Yeah. What a noob! Has he seen Rubber?
No, I'm married. I don't. Oh, is that a movie?
Yes.
I was like, I'm married with 2 kids. I haven't seen one of those in years. I gotta turn off my Traeger.
You gotta turn off your you have your Traeger app fired up on?
Yep.
That sounds.
My wife was cooking up the steaks that I didn't get a chance to put on. So
unreal. Well, sir, I appreciate you carving out some time in your schedule.
I'm all for charities.
I'm glad that you could finally make it onto this show once.
I'm just like, I know you need me to kind of rub off some of that like culture on you. You know what I mean? Like that, you're brown by association when you're near me. So it's like,
I have caught myself saying hella more than once, and any time that I do, I've been like,
and I don't think the satisfaction it brings me to know that, like, just you think of me in those moments, and that's enough for me. That's like that. Just I'll take that with me forever. Like, you will never.
If there's one great thing you've done in your life, it's that more than anything, more than the kids or any of that stuff. Like, that's everybody's done that. There's only one person that's made me say hella.
I got you to say hella. I made you into a little design monkey, and you just designed a paletero cart for me on the spot.
On the
I don't
spot,
think anybody
live
can say that.
on the podcast. You know,
and I make you blush, and you're sweet to me. So it's like, it's perfect. People, the amount of things that people will never see about you that I get to see, it's great.
Do you keep tortillas in stock in your house?
I keep them at your mom's house.
I have only recently started having tortillas in the house. Now it's helly. Yeah, I think that's Eric's big on the TikTok side, so I believe that's probably what he's big on that now.
Probably 6, 7, whatever. It's
hella designs.
Yep.
I'm renaming the channel. Eric,
I'm not gonna lie, that's actually kind of fire, and you never know, there might be a pin, hella designs pin.
As long as it still has a crown on it, I endorse it.
It's the next RC Icons.
Eric, go eat some steak. I appreciate you, buddy.
Yep. Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Make sure you come to SAC one of these days.
Last time I got a cool tour of Vanquish.
That's right. I did give you a tour. Man, I forget every time I see you. It's just evaporates. I never remember it. It's just not memorable. I don't know what's it.
I get it. I'm vanilla, and that's okay. No, but we'll definitely have to. I got to make it out there. I gotta go out there. I gotta pick up my Ripper V2, or whatever you guys are calling it.
Make it happen.
I know you guys made that layaway option for me, so I appreciate that.
Yes, it's paying for. It's on there.
No, but I got to go out there. That was a blast last time, and I just want to steal all your secrets.
Next time I'll have you on.
I just want to steal them.
Oh yeah. Next time I'll have you on with Matt, just so that it'll help balance it out, so that I don't have.
Yeah, I guess
I have to carry the whole conversation the whole time.
I think I focus more on roasting him sometimes because
he can't handle. He doesn't handle it as well.
And it's so funny.
I know. I love it. It's my favorite part of Wednesdays.
And I sometimes I'm I have to look it up. I'm like, did I go a little too hard on him?
Is he okay? Is he?
Yeah. Was he crying? But whatever. We love Matt. He's our favorite guy from Canada.
Or if not, I'll have you and Oscar both on, because that would also be.
That'd be dangerous, but I'm down.
I know. Maybe once we hear about what is happening out of retirement, one or the other.
Yeah. Everybody go message Oscar and tell him what's crawling out of retirement. Go bug him.
Eric, thank you again.
Yep.
Later, bud. There you go. That was my friend Eric, who I guess I totally forgot had been on the show before. Although I wasn't sure that I was here, so I can't be positive that I should be blamed for this or not. But if I was here, then that's a bummer on me, because I should have remembered that. I don't have that I have that many friends. I should have remembered. But Matt will be back next week. Finally, I'm sure he'll be tired. He'll have lots of stories, and I'm looking forward to it. It'll be good to get back to our normal routine, since my routine is somewhat back to normal as well. Shitty internet and all. But now time to talk Franz Hermann making his real push for the. Let's thank some people real quick, and then use the last 15 minutes for a couple of things. I also have something I would like to run by some people, but we'll see how that goes. First of all, thank you to going back, Sourdough Jack, Toxic Crawlers, Dr. Mustache Legend, Cherokee 1995, Blind Guy RC, Long Tall Texan RC, Thomas Bialzik, Blind Guy RC, Thomas Bialzik, Toxic Crawlers, Sourdough Jack, RC Patina Guy, Thomas Bialzik, Phoenix RC Crawler, GSRC 92, Georgia Rock Zombies, Gare Bear Builds. Much appreciated to all of you. What do you mean, you people? No mail call? The only thing I have for mail call, I'm technically not supposed to share Although, like, it's like it's a flashlight. Anyway, but I'm not supposed to share it. For like another month. I'm like, really? Whatever. Silly. I had to add 4 drivers this week. What happened to the update? What do you mean, Phoenix? What update are you discussing? I'm still beating Josh in Grid Rival. I moved up a spot. I'm in 12th now, thankfully. Now that's funny. Build along update. Thank you, Phoenix, for leading me into that. Yes, so since I've been back and things have been like more calm, I've been hammering along on the build along. It's not in here anymore because I've been designing. I got past some of the blocks that I was having on design, and I got a little bit further on it last night. I'm in like actually pretty good shape to like move forward with things. So I'm pretty pumped on that. I need to move in a little bit more on some of the design, but like the big roadblocks that I was having were through. So like I'm November sometime, it's gonna happen. I'm pretty confident in that, and I'm liking the direction that it's going. If like the thing with an Ultra 4 car like that on an IFS chassis, I was super concerned with trying to make it so that it was serviceable. And that's like, so I was going through as many things as I could think of to try and make it serviceable. And I've conquered that. I've got my boat side design done. And I've made everything, I think, work in a way that is going to be what I think is going to be great. So I'm super excited for that. Hopefully November, I will actually launch and open that. And that's going to be good because it's going to have a good thing. One of the, not for mail call this week, but in the future weeks, I've got 3 new welders coming, which is a lot of welders. Different company than Yes Welder this time. One of them, they're all 3 from the same company, I'll say. And one of them is going to replace my AHP. It's an AC/DC machine, which should have very similar, but the performance of it should be very good. So we're going to try that out. And then they sent I want one that's like more entry level, like fighting against that Yes Welder 205P Pro that I like to recommend, because this one is $20 cheaper. If it works just as well, fantastic. So Josh really wants to upload his workspace. No, I cannot. I do not have room to keep this many welders. So generally I've given them to friends so that they can, I gave one to Dan Wilson, and he dove right. He's built like 4 or 5 plus chassis at this point. He's doing great. Brandon got one of my TIG welders, and yeah, I just passed them along to friends who can dive in. Budget welders, I'm looking at TIG welders, but don't want to spend a ton. Absolutely. So the one Yes Welder that I always recommend is about $200. This one's like 180. So same kind of ballpark. So we shall see. Did you see the new Lincoln battery powered welder? I did not. However, Lincoln money is not usually where I live at in my shopping spree. And so, yeah, everyone to ditch one, let me know. I need one to participate in the build along. The ding dong giveaway. The hard part about welders is like, here, you can have this welder. You only have to buy the regulator and a bottle. And that's can be the expensive part, but it's worth it to dive in and learn to weld. I like the 205P Pro, just the torch is too bulky. Absolutely. Get an $11 torch off Amazon. Get rid of that big ass handle. Get a nice little thin flex head torch. If you need a link, I'll send you the one that I bought on Amazon. I think it was like $11, $12. And then I go to a pedal instead, which Yes Welder sells. Makes that $200 machine fantastic. They gave it to me. I'm still waiting for you to get a P2S. I do not believe that I'll be getting a P2S. The H2D is such a workhorse. My X1 Carbon is still rocking. MIG gas work, right? No, you need 100%. Well, if you're running 100% argon in your MIG, if you're running C25, you need to get 100% argon. So yeah. Yes, please send a link. I already have the pedal and can't live without it now. Absolutely. Okay, yeah. Shoot me a message on Instagram and I'll send you the link to my Amazon, the one that I like on Amazon. Super easy. Makes it great. But anyway, 5 minutes left. Matt's not here. It's not going to be any fun to talk about F1. So we don't have to do that. But that's all I've got for this week. Again, looking forward to Matt being back next week and, back to our regularly scheduled non-RC related antics, because that's what this show is usually about. I'm just 5-minute geo. Do I have a GeoGuessr window open? I do not. I've never bored anybody on a Wednesday with GeoGuessr. Geo time. One stupid round of GeoGuessr I'm in for. It's only 5 minutes. Everyone's left already because we talked about RC this week. So GeoGuessr, if you're not familiar, it's where you get dropped into some place on Google Earth or Google Maps Street View, and you have to try and guess where you are at. Playing the United States one, my best score somewhere in there. One game. This is going to be quick. Yeah, boy. Oh, God. This is New Mexico, you think? High elevation, New Mexico. We're going to go with that. It's Russia. Hint. It's generally Georgia. It's always Atlanta. But this one looks like New Mexico. And I'm going to say that's not New Mexico. This is New Mexico over here. You would think I'd be better at this. We're going to say up here somewhere. Up here. Ooh, 24 miles. Boom. That's pretty good. I'll take that all day. That's as close as we're going to get. Excuse me. Jeez. Priority. This is the corner of Dumb and Dumber. Dumar Associates. This really could be Georgia, though. Yikes. Or maybe a little bit more northeast than there. New York. Ugh, very demure. It said puberty. Could this be New York? There's no sports teams flags. Garage all boarded up on that one. Doesn't seem very northeast. I don't like anything about this. I'm going to say let's go North Carolina. Hey, that's not too bad. I was just across the border. It was Virginia. Not too bad. Not enough rust for the northeast. I know. I mean, right on the ocean, though. Like, I was hedging my bets a little bit. Oof. Nice. That's my boat. Is that back there? Load. Family services. I was hoping that we'd see something on the side of the truck to give us some sort of. I mean, this looks tropical. Could this be Hawaii? I got no palm trees or anything, but like scrub, like, oof, this looks Hawaii, like like, oof. It doesn't look like Florida. This game is even harder at 240p. God damn it. Central Coast, Florida. Yeah, Central Coast. Warning, off limits, authorized personnel only. Random chair. I don't like, there's nothing that clearly looks Hawaiian, like trees or anything like that. So Florida does seem possible. Could almost be Gulf side. Man, let's just go like Tampa. Inland Tampa, just a little bit. Is there Fort Myers even? Let's just send it. Space Coast? It could be. It was Hawaii. I've never been more wrong. I knew I should have went with Hawaii. This looks kind of South Dakota-ish. This looks very South Dakota, like North Dakota even. I mean, there's nothing to go on here. I'm just going to send it with like a Bismarck. Alaska. Worst game I've ever played. Worst game I've ever played. Absolutely. Southern California. Yeah. Smog. Okay. Inland. This is absolute. Never played a worse game. This is as low a score as I've ever had. We're going to go Southern California. Glendale. Anaheim. It could be Anaheim. 29 miles. 2 half decent guesses, and the rest absolute garbage. Not even a silver medal. The worst I've ever done. Alrighty then. Well, we made it. We went long even. That's embarrassed. That was an embarrassing showing of GeoGuessr. Started. So I had high hopes. Absolutely, as well, until that night ruined. Thanks, Jen. Agreed. Anyway, I have a quick members video to do. Could do a members live real quick. Members live real quick. If you're on this side, it's about anyway. Appreciate all of you for watching. Thanks for joining, and we will see you again next week. Later. Love you. Bye.